Hey, yo, what's the deal? Miss your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag, you know what I mean? As of this recording, it is September 11th, 2025. This is actually 9:54 a.m., you know what I mean? But the upload is 3 p.m. of this video because I'm actually on my way down. I'm actually on my way downtown Brooklyn. You know what I mean? I had to go pick up some equipment and such, especially for what I plan on doing for the channel moving forward. Know what I mean? If I get what I need to get, then I'll give y'all an update of what I'm trying to do. What I'm gonna do in terms of like the aesthetics of the videos and such. So of course, y'all see my video early today, at 12 o'clock about my thoughts on, 9/11 and such. Rest in peace to every single body that died on that tragic, fateful day. Now, I mean, I would never wish that on my worst enemy. Even people who I had problems with here on YouTube. Now, I mean, I would never wish that kind of shit on them. You know what I mean? That and the Charlie Kirk stuff. Now, I mean, I would never wish that on anybody. Never. So last night in AEW Dynamite, we seen Daniel Garcia. Right? Yeah, you know Daniel Garcia, right? The guy who does the dance, the guy who went back to AEW after he was lied to, when WWE had interest in him. So he go back to AEW and they did absolutely nothing with him, right? They decide to put him as one of the newest members of the Death Riders. And I just laugh. I'm like, so you mean to tell me that you're going to put a guy who last year had some sort of momentum, who also I did not know was at the West Indian Day Parade last year. He was at the West Indian Day Parade grinding on people and grinding on females and such, right? He was with, what's his name? Private Party. He was with them. You know what I mean? He was with them. They was right there in Eastern Parkway. And I think Eastern Parkway, and I think it might have been, let me see, it's St. John's, Schenectady, I think Troy Ave, right? So he's grinding on females and shit. But, remember, he had momentum last year, right? A lot of momentum. And now look what happened. Ever since he signed back with AEW, like, he's been a nobody. Now, I mean, he clearly has been a fucking nobody. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't done shit since he signed back with AEW. And the fact that they put him in a dead stable like the Death Riders, right? Basically, that is the death of his fucking career. Like, the Death Riders are basically, they are, turn off the TV. They'll turn off the TV or change the channel segments. Now, I mean, or as someone mentioned about FTR, find a remote. You know what I mean? But again, with Daniel Garcia, I mean, this was a bad move by Tony Khan. This is a real bad move by Tony Khan, but this is how he's booking the shows, right? He's booking the shows with this bullshit, right? And it's sad too, because again, like Daniel Garcia has tons and tons of potential, right? And the fact that, they got him in, a group that basically does nothing. It does nothing for his career. And it does nothing for the Death Riders either, because the Death Riders, like I said, the Death Riders is a fucked up group. Now, I mean, there's no momentum. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing there, right? Someone had the idea of, here's the thing. Someone had the idea of kicking Jon Moxley out the group, right? And I'm like, even if you put Jon Moxley as a face, the dude's momentum is shot. Like he's reached, just like with Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley's reached his ceiling with AEW. He has. Like, there's honestly nothing for there's nothing else for Jon Moxley to do in AEW. There's nothing. There's pretty much nothing for him to accomplish. Like, they have absolutely nothing for him in AEW. Nothing. Right? So it's the same scenario here with Daniel Garcia. No, hold on for a minute. Sorry about that. Someone had called me. I mean, no. Like, going back to John Moxley, I said Daniel Garcia. No. Going back to John Moxley, like, you know, he has nothing going for himself. Like, even if you turn him into a face, what the fuck is he going to do? Right? So, you know, to put Daniel Garcia in a group that, because again, it's by subtraction, right? To put him in a group, you know, where they have no momentum, and you put someone who has no momentum in a group that have no momentum, then it's basically two ships, you know, sinking down into one. It's just like the AWA and World Class Championship Wrestling. Remember when they both companies were dying and then they merged both and then it became one dying ship? I mean, come on. You know, it's, you know, Daniel Garcia, like I said, he made a major mistake, just like Josh Alexander, who he got pinned again. He got pinned again last night. You know what I mean? Like, his words is just coming back to haunt him big time. You know, Daniel Garcia, you know, just like Josh Alexander would have been great in WWE. They would have been perfect. They would have been excelente in WWE. I mean, you know, right now, Daniel Garcia will probably be, I don't think he'd be facing for the NXT Championship. I mean, the NXT North American Championship, yes. You know what I mean? Like, they could have done some stuff there with him, you know, but damn, you talk about a downfall, B. Oof. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy when you think about it, B. It really, really is. You know what I mean? But what can you do? What can you do? You know, I mean, it is what it is. You know, like I said, this show was just beyond horrible. Like, there was nothing with AEW last night. Nothing. There was nothing, Mayut. You know what I mean? Like, there was nothing. There was nothing with there was nothing with these shows. Absolutely nothing. Nada. Zilch. You know, and then the sickos want to get hyped up about, you know, something that's lame and stale. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, the fuck. Like, it's sad. It's really sad with these sickos, but what can you do? Anyway, I'm about to be out, you know what I mean? And let me head downtown Brooklyn and I'm gonna holler at y'all. I will be coming with some bits today, so I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.